TnReady Practice Test Questions 4 and 5. Question 4 says, what does the phrase "a man's man" in paragraph 6 imply about Don Pepe? He was always looking to start a fight. B, he was a rugged man able to live off the land. C, he sought the respect of other men. D, he was a well-educated, well-dressed, and polite man. So right away, we have to use our test taking strategy where we go back to the text. And it's already given us a good place to start. So we have to go back to paragraph 6. Paragraph 6 says, Nayeli used the hem of her blouse to dust the standing picture frame. Her father looked so handsome in his police uniform. Erect and grim, he believed no real man ever smiled in photographs, especially not in uniform. After all, aside from the mayor, Don Pepe was the sole representative of the revolutionary government of the Republic, a man's man, but also a leader among men. So I've highlighted a section of the text for you, and we're going to reread that sentence now. So he believed no real man ever smiled in photographs, especially not in uniform. So this sentence really shows us that Don Pepe really cares what other people think about him, how they perceive him as a person, as a man. So he has these really strict ideas about how a man should and should not act. So if we go back to question 4, that can be our evidence for he sought the respect of other men. He wants them to act a certain way, so he's going to act a certain way to gather that respect as well. It doesn't say anything about starting a fight, so we can instantly eliminate that answer. It never tells us about him living off the land or being a farmer. And although it tells us about him being well-dressed, it doesn't give us this other information, and this answer doesn't tell us anything about him being a man's man. The only one that makes sense in this case is C. He sought the respect of other men. Now that we know that answer, and we've gone back to the text and we've looked at it, we can really go ahead and answer question 5, which just wants to know which quote from passage 1 best supports the correct answer for question 4. A, Don Pepe was a Mexican man, a fatalist. Well, again, this doesn't tell us anything about him being a man's man. It just lets us know that he believed in fate, that everything was already set in stone. B, he never said he wished he'd had a son, though she could tell he thought it often. Okay, again, this doesn't tell us anything about Don Pepe being a man's man. C, but he could not make enough money to take care of them. Again, we don't have any evidence in this sentence that lets us know Don Pepe's views on how to act or what it's like to be a man. Finally, we have the answer choice D, where it says, her father looked so handsome in his police uniform, erect and grim, he believed no real man ever smiled in photographs, especially not in uniform. So again, this sentence is the one that we highlighted in the passage because it tells us how he feels about other people and their viewpoint. So he really cares what other men see in him. So he believes no other men should smile. So in this picture, he's not smiling. So we know that he cares about the respect other people give him.